leading after the first 5 minutes, but then a lot went wrong. What concerns you most?
I thought when we made subs, it went a little bit downhill. Where the bench has been pretty good. When they've come in, they've created energy. It was hard to. The biggest thing that's concerning me right now, it's hard to get a scope on who's going to do well in the game. I'm struggling to figure out where I can go and who I can go to that's a consistent piece. And, that's a bit, maybe I got to be a little bit smarter, and then the boys have got to show me a little bit more. So I'm not just putting it on them, you know what I mean? But we need to figure out where we go when we do go into little slumps like that. And, we've been talked about how this is happening at the end of the games. Well, today it happened at the beginning of the game. And we tried to get back into it, and we were too far gone.
And the rebounding was heavily in favour of them. That's an area of concern, no doubt.
Absolutely. Everything you're talking about is energy. So we got, obviously, we spoke about it, Monday night games. We have a lot. They've scheduled us for some reason a few Monday night games where people don't come, you know what I mean? Obviously, due to the fact that, things go on. So, we've got to create our own energy, and, that's part of the game plan. You know what I mean? Having to do that, and today we weren't very good. Yeah, I got in that space, the energy space, the stuff. We're young, we're youthful, we should be energetic. Yeah, we just didn't get it done.
We're keeping the opposition to the lowest shooting percentage in the league, and that continued tonight. Tyler, how hard are they to score against the Breakers at the moment?
Look, man, they had a good game plan. We didn't play our best basketball. We didn't help ourselves not rebounding the ball, getting those easy transition points, and that gives us an opportunity to get into our flow and our rhythm. So, when you're giving out rebounds and kick out threes, that kind of deflates, us on the offensive end, which it shouldn't, but tonight it did. But you know what? We're going to improve from this, man.
James, you can talk about obviously the import piece that we're coming back in, but is that, like you said, if the areas, they're not the type of things that an import guard will change a whole lot tonight?
No, absolutely. But we said that straight away. That's not fixing our problems. Tonight's problems. Let's be serious. We played with good energy, but tonight's problems and that underbelly that we showed tonight, it's definitely not fixing that. Everyone's got to fix that in the room.
Can you shed any light on Peyton Seaver that just went up on line during the game?
It's crazy, eh? It's crazy. It got released and it hasn't been approved. It's crazy. I can't, because I'm going to do it the right way. Is once we get a contract back, the club will announce it. If it is to happen, once it does happen, we'll be excited to have him here. But I think it's still got to come back and league approval and stuff, and it is what it is. I don't think I can really say any more on it.
The foul count, I think Mango got to the line with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Was the first trip you made there. That's become a bit of a trend. I'll get you trouble, but is that?
Well,
you guys not doing enough to get there? What's your take on that discrepancy?
I've never mentioned it in anything that I've said. I've never mentioned it to our players, never given it out, but everyone seems to be mentioning it to me. So let's just leave it at that.
Are you happy to have this up?
No, you know what? I can't. I'm not doing that. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it.
We need to make use of a sort of longer turnaround now too. It's back at home as well. It's just soul searching is probably an extreme term, but is there some reality check you'll have to look at this one?
Yeah, what we spoke about when we went into the room beforehand is, Adelaide was a bit of a. I thought Perth was a kick in the guts, and we had, I thought, we can take the high road on sort of things. I thought Adelaide was gettable. I know, and Randall had a great game, and credit to him, he made some tough ones. But then when we look back on the tape, it could have been prevented. A few of them, not all of them. Don't get me wrong. He made some great shots. He's a great player. And then we spoke about losing 2 games in a row, and that happens, and what teams do, and they put the personality of the team when you lose 2 games in a row. And today that isn't our personality, but that's what we've shown. So I don't think we're going to soul search. I don't think we're going to have meetings on meetings and stuff. We're going to get to what we usually do. If there's something good that happened, I'll go into the video and tell them good job, and then something bad, we'll come down and say bad job. I mean, that's what we do every week, win or lose. So we're not going to really change anything we do. I think that's a sign of desperation and a sign of no belief. I mean, we do have belief. We do have a piece coming in, but you know, I mean, if we start doing stuff like that, it's just not where we need to go. And I mean, we got enough talent in the room, and we believe in each other. Coaches believe in players, players believe in coaches. So you know, we'll be fine.
Tyler, it's always basketball's a game of runs. Will always go that way. But you guys at the moment just seem to be getting really bogged down offensively when you can't get a score. And you sort of put that down to is that personnel? Is that why do you keep getting in these deep slumps that you struggle to sort of crack out of games?
Yeah, today it definitely came down to our defense. It had nothing to do with the offensive end. Giving up rebounds, like I said earlier, that hurts. But no, we definitely have the talent. But when you have your flow kind of messed up a little bit, you know, not getting stops and playing set offense every single time, you know, you can't really get them moving on defense. And they're a pretty good defensively balanced team. So we have the pieces, we have the belief. It's a tough time right now. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But our belief in our team and each other and the coaches doesn't go anywhere, and that's why I think we'll come out on top at the end of the year.
Like hockey now, obviously an import will come in, but the time he's getting, is that something you think someone like him will get benefit from once you do have all the pieces, that he's got all these minutes early in the year in pressure situations and all that sort of stuff? It's just going to bolster you down the track.
Yeah, I mean, Lockie's been amazing, man. I've been around Lockie for 3 years, and just to see his growth as a player, and you know, he's a guy that comes in every day, no complaints. So to have the opportunity that he has now and playing the way he is, I'm sure more opportunities will present themselves down the road. So I know he's in a good place where he's at. We just got to keep getting better as a team, man, and you know, get some wins.
You put on a comeback in that third quarter, but at times, as you mentioned earlier, were your own worst enemy. Did you think that fatigue was a factor, knowing that 3 games in 9 days might have been a factor?
I mean, fatigue could be a factor, but it's not an excuse. So, like, everyone's fatigued. They played, they had a bunch of guys sick, and they played this and that, and they didn't seem to have a problem. So, yeah, I mean, maybe, but I mean, I don't think we're talking about that in the room at all. But you know, I mean, obviously this is a fatiguing league. You know, they cram the games in, so you know, you got to be ready for it. And again, we're trying to go deep into our bench to make sure that doesn't happen.
How will you assess this one, knowing that you have the Bullets right here in 7 days?
Well, I mean, I think it's going to be two teams that need a win. So, you know, it'll be what it is. I mean, it's going to be the team that wants it more at the end of the day. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but you know, everyone's got a little bit dented on both teams, and I just think it's going to be the strongest group gets over the line, because they're both teams have got a lot of talent.
Andrew?
Yeah, thank you. This is Andrew Canyon from the NBL podcast. Just a question for Tyler. You're obviously in the unenviable position of being sort of the #1 target of every opposition team that comes through. Given that, how do you get back to the scoring punch that you were showing, you know, when you first came into the league? Is that something you're focusing on, or?
There's one thing I know about myself is I usually don't have a problem scoring. It's nothing really I worry about too much. It's more of a team. We have to figure out as a team how to get everybody involved and get our offense going. So for me individually, no, I don't worry about that. Scoring will come to me. It always has and always will. My track record proves that. But we got to get some wins, man. And it starts with defense with us. So the offensive end, not too worried about that. We have to buckle down on defense, and that'll help our offense.
Thanks, Tyler. And Jacob, just a question for you. You know, if you look ahead over the next few weeks, do you break it down into what's our short-term goal? You know, sort of forget about the big season, but what are sort of week-by-week targets? Have you got any of those sort of lined up at this point?
I mean, we do a game-by-game situation, and that's how we're treating the season. Obviously, yeah, it's been a little bit disrupted, and like every other team, but we just focus on, well, I just do, and that probably means the team just does, focus on the next game. You know, and with this group that we have, with the build that we're trying to do, with the guys that we have signed on, you know, some long-term deals that we're investing in, it's pretty much the only way we can do it. We got to treat it as a week to week. Some weeks we'll be on a high, some weeks we'll be on a big low. I mean, if we do it any other way with this, you know, young guys sort of get ahead of themselves if they start talking a little bit too far ahead, if you know what I mean.
I do. Thank you for answering those questions. Appreciate it.
No, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.